In today's world, it's easy to see people living in exhaustion, pressure, and disappointment. You look around, and you'll find countless individuals racing after things they never truly chose for themselves. They study the majors their parents want, work in the job society respects, and walk the paths that were drawn for them long before they ever had the chance to ask themselves, "Do I really want this?" And then, at some point, they stop, burned out, sad, and confused about their own lives. Because so many of us are chasing someone else's dream, not our own. But to truly live, to reach lasting success, to feel proud of who we are, a person must learn to listen to their inner voice, the small, quiet but honest voice we often ignore in the noise of society. Today's story is about the journey of finding that voice again, a journey each of us should go through at least once in our lives. We grow up hearing stories about successful people, those who excel in school, enter prestigious universities, make a lot of money, and achieve accomplishments that society praises. And from these stories, many begin to mistakenly believe, if I follow the same path they did, I will succeed too. But life does not operate on a copy and paste formula. Success is not a uniform that fits everyone. Success is a tailored outfit for each individual, based on their interests, skills, circumstances, and dreams. And the story of ENDA is the clearest example. On the edge of a peaceful little town lived a young man named ENDA, energetic and cheerful, but in recent weeks unusually quiet. That summer, ENDA had just finished his high school graduation exams. His friends were busy applying to universities, running everywhere preparing to step onto the adult path defined by society. But ENDA wasn't. He didn't like any particular subject, nor did he feel excitement about continuing school. Not because his family was poor or lacked opportunities. On the contrary, ENDA's family owned a 20-acre horse farm, one of the wealthiest in the region. But despite having all the resources, ENDA still couldn't understand what he was truly meant for. And that uncertainty made him increasingly thoughtful and quiet. One morning, while ENDA was helping his father care for the horses, he gathered all his courage and said, "Dad, I really don't know what I want to do with my life." Mr. Jonathan, a strong yet gentle man, did not scold him. He simply smiled. "I have a small mission for you. Go meet 3 old friends of mine. They will help you find the answer." He wrote down 3 names, 3 addresses, and handed them to ENDA. "And remember to tell them that you are the son of the man with the golden leg." ENDA was surprised. "Dad, why do people call you that?" "You will understand when you meet them." ENDA didn't fully grasp the meaning of that sentence, but he felt one thing clearly. This journey was more important than he thought. The first destination was only 2 kilometers from home. Mr. Kane, an old but sturdy man. When he heard ENDA introduce himself as the son of the man with the golden leg, he smiled warmly, as if an old memory had suddenly come alive. ENDA asked, "How did you become as successful as you are today?" Mr. Kane answered, "When I was young, I ranked 38th out of 40 in my class. I wasn't good at studying, and no one believed I would become anything. But I had one thing, I loved running." And he told ENDA about the 5 years he spent running every single day, through storms, burning sun, and biting cold, without missing a single session. "I wasn't good with books, but I was good at improving. Each year, I ran a little better. Then one day, I won my first race. And then the second, the third. Success comes when you stay persistent with what you love." That day, ENDA left Mr. Kane's house with a new thought. Being good at what you love is more important than being good at everything. The second person ENDA's father wanted him to meet was Mr. Devlin, the owner of the restaurant ENDA's family often visited. The large, modern house made ENDA feel slightly nervous about the story he was about to hear. After introducing himself, ENDA asked directly, "How did you become successful?" Mr. Devlin burst into loud laughter. "I ranked 39th out of 40, worse than Mr. Kane. But I loved eating and talking. Because I loved eating, I learned to cook. Because I loved cooking, I wanted others to taste what I made. And that's why I opened a small shop." In the first year, he made no profit, but he kept learning new recipes, finding ways to cook better and sell better. And after 5 years, he opened his first restaurant. Now, It had become a well-known chain throughout the town. Before ENDA said goodbye, Mr. Devlin told him, "Success in life only requires one skill, as long as it's something you love so much that you're willing to dedicate years to it." The final destination was the home of Mr. Dermot, the one who used to rank first in class, famous for being the most academically gifted. But what surprised ENDA was that Mr. Dermot lived in a simple house, not wealthy or impressive like the other two. When ENDA asked him for his secret to success, Mr. Dermot sighed. "I was good at everything, but excellent at nothing. I knew a bit of math, a bit of physics, a bit of biology, a bit of business, but none deeply. And that was my biggest mistake." He looked straight at ENDA. "Don't follow the same path I did. Choose one thing and go deep." But the biggest shock came when Mr. Dermot revealed, "Your father, Jonathan, used to rank last in the class, number 40. And then he shared the story of the man with the golden leg. When he was young, Jonathan fell off a horse and broke his leg. The doctor had to secure it with a thick, bright golden bandage. From then on, his friends called him the man with the golden leg. People thought the accident would make him quit working with horses, but instead, he loved them even more, worked harder, understood them better, and from a small stable, he built a 20-acre horse farm that ENDA sees today. Your father wasn't good at studying, Mr. Dermot said, but he was good at the most important thing, staying persistent with what he loved. When ENDA rode his horse back home, the wind blew fiercely, yet his heart felt strangely peaceful. 3 different people, 3 different stories, yet they all said the same thing. Grades do not determine the future, passion and perseverance do. ENDA realized. He loved horses. He loved taking care of them. He loved running across the fields with them. He loved watching them grow, strong and fearless. And that wasn't just a hobby, it was a calling. That day, ENDA made a decision to become a professional horse trainer, to study more about animals, agriculture, care techniques, and breeding, to dedicate his youth to becoming excellent in the field he chose. His father, after hearing everything, simply smiled and said, "Finally, you can hear yourself." ENDA's story is not rare. Every day, millions of people live someone else's life, doing jobs they dislike, chasing goals they never chose, forcing themselves into a suit that will never fit. But the truth is, no one can build your dream for you. No one understands you better than you do. No one lives your life except you. If you don't learn to listen to yourself, your life will forever be a faint copy of someone else's. Ask yourself, what makes you so happy that you're willing to spend 5 years, even 10 years doing it? When you find the answer, the path will appear. And when you walk on a path shaped by your own heart, the world will remember you for what you create. Today, if you understand the story, take it as a reminder. This is your moment. A moment to pause, to listen, and to start living for yourself. Don't chase someone else's light. It may be beautiful, but it will never belong to you. Create your own light. Shine in your own way. Because those who dare to walk their own path are the ones who create new paths for the world. And now, the final question for you. Why can't that person be you?